And sadly, I think that when people look at Katie, that's the impression they also get of Indiana. Like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, well she's from Indiana, of course. That's
No.
what I expected to run into in Indiana when I came to live with Negs.
yeah,
And luckily, I didn't find that. It's limited to those assholes online. Yaba,
good.
Sam, Katie. But in this
Mm.
little town that we live in, I don't run into that kind of mess. I don't meet people like that.
I would feel afraid living there with knowing that they're there in that in the same state, honestly. Like they seem insane. Like I wouldn't put anything past them when they're
Listen,
angry and drunk, you know?
they're insane, but they're going to take it out on each other before they do anything to anybody else.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's
Yeah,
exactly right. It's going to be like the last scene in Jurassic Park. The humans were safe. It was the dinosaurs that started attacking each other, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
true. Yeah, that's strange, eh?
So
I forgot
Chantal, are
about that.
you and Salah considering traveling anywhere else around the Gulf? Are we going to be seeing the Emirates? Are we going to be seeing anything else?
That's a possibility. I'm not too sure. Like he has a different passport than me, so I'm not sure
Hmm.
where he can travel certain places and he can travel to I know he could go to Thailand. We were talking about going to Thailand
Hmm.
and that might be a possibility. Like I'm gonna be going home and then at the end of January and then I'm gonna, get things taken care of there maybe for a couple months or whatever, and then I'm gonna come back.
Okay.
And then maybe we'll plan a trip somewhere for sure. Like, it's good content and it's good life experience and it's just fun. I mean, I never thought that I would ever go to Cuba, but whenever I
Hmm.
did and pushed myself, it was like the plane ride was horrible.
Hmm.
I don't know if you've ever been on a Sunwing plane, chartered plane. They're
I
horrible.
have. Not
Oh yeah.
Sunwing, but I've been on one of those planes, and they are a nightmare. I know what you mean.
Oh,
So
so
there's somebody in chat who keeps on asking over and over and over again if you are going to be doing a TLC show. Are you going to be doing a TLC show?
no, no. No, I haven't been asked to do a TLC show or anything like that. That's an American TV company.
Hmm.
So I mean, I got reached out to by a producer before about doing some kind of like fat show, and
Hmm.
and I just wasn't interested in it because I wasn't like gonna get the surgery, and I would have had to move to Georgia, and I'm just like
Right.
no, and the pay wouldn't have been good, so it wasn't worth my time or anything, and yeah,
Oh, so that would have
but
been the
no,
same doctor who operated on the Slaytons or on Amy Slayton?
probably, yeah, I think
Yeah,
so, yeah, yeah, yeah.
right.
So
Same thing
Now,
about Doctor Who and Doctor Who. Now,
what is Salah's status in Kuwait? Because this is something that a lot of people are wondering about. He was born in Kuwait, or is he a guest worker in Kuwait? What is his story?
he was born and raised here, but he's
Hmm.
Syrian, but
Right.
he was born and raised here.
Hmm.
I think in Kuwait what I've learned is like they don't give people like it's very very rare to get like I think there's like certain conditions to get Kuwait citizenship. You have to be
Right.
Kuwaiti born and all that stuff.
Correct.
So there's a lot of uh, immigrant workers here, particularly Filipino, Indian. There's a lot,
Hmm.
um, but I think he's just always had very decent jobs, and as long as you're like registered with a company as a job, I don't know.
Hmm.
I really don't know, honestly. I'd have to ask him. We're gonna
Hmm.
do a Q&A, so maybe he can answer that, but I'm not sure
Okay.
like what his actual like status is. I just know he's Syrian and he's been born and raised in Kuwait. Like his family's been here too for many, many years.
Yeah, Kuwait is one of those countries that does not have birthright citizenship.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter if you're born in the country. You have to be Kuwaiti, not born
Yeah.
in Kuwait. That's how that works. So it's not like the United
Yeah.
States, for example.
Right. A lot of Gulf countries are like that. I think
That's right.
Dubai is like that too. Yeah.
That's exactly right. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
But
right.
the
And so,
situation in Syria is, I mean, most people, Syrians are, a lot of them are in Jordan or other countries. Like it's
right.
just because of the war and everything. Yeah.
Hmm.
to this. So,
Hmm. Yeah, I can't see you in Damascus, Chantal. I can't
Damascus,
picture that.
please.
No, no
No,
Damascus bees. No, no, there is no beesing in Damascus.
beat your ass out of there. That's what
yeah,
needs to be doing.
ease your ass out of there. Yeah, no, I don't think that's in the plan anytime soon, for sure. Yeah,
But the thing is, because you're in Kuwait, you're so close to a lot of other countries,
yeah,
that you don't have to schlep all the way over the ocean. I mean, you can go to Turkey, you can go to Dubai, you can go to so many other, you can go to Egypt if you want to, you can go to Europe. The world is really your oyster. It's like you're in this great launching pad to go
yes,
wherever, and it's not that long a plane trip from where you are.
yeah. I'm actually surprised how much I'm enjoying Kuwait. Like, I really don't feel, it's I don't know. Like, I just maybe it's because there's like so much like comfort food and just the
Hmm.
malls, and it just seems like very westernized to how I imagined it in a lot of ways.
Hmm. Yeah.
So yeah. But I guess you're right. Like there are like yeah, like Turkey would be, other places are more easily accessible from here for sure. So that might be in the works.
Hmm. So you like Kuwait?
Yeah, I do. I really do like it here. It's yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying our couples channel. Just doing things together
Hmm.
is like wholesome things. It's so fun, you know? And people are so like they don't stare at you. There's no like people drunk and strung out on the road and
Hmm.
you know, like it's just clean and yeah, I really like it. Yeah. It's a vibe.
Opposite of the Western world, I suppose.
Hmm.
There's things I like about the Western world. There's things I like about here, you know. So if
Right,
I
right.
could someday live in both, that would be fun, you know, like come here for the winter and then go back to Canada for the summer.
Right.
Who knows? Yeah.
That's what I want to do in Florida. Florida's like another country.
True. Yeah, for sure.
So what is something that you would like to say to your critics apart from go fuck yourself? What 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 do you want to say to them of a practical nature about your new life and your new appearance and everything else? What is like what misunderstanding do you want them to get over, if you don't mind my asking?
Honestly, and I have to reinforce this in my brain, I don't I don't feel it's worth explaining or validating myself. I think that no matter what I do, people, you know, if I say the sky's, um, you know, blue, they're going to say it's purple. Like, I just think
Hmm.
at this point, people just like to misunderstand me. They like to come up with theories because it's content. So there's no point in explaining yourself to people that are not going to listen to you. And I think that with my critics, that's a lot of it.
Hmm.
You know, so I think I just have nothing more to say. I think every time I rage, every time I speak out for myself, it honestly just falls on deaf ears, and there's just nothing more I can say about it. I mean,
Hmm.
you know, I know in my heart I'm happy. I know the truth. I guess I can say that people are very, very wrong. That's all I can say.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's about it.
And the Kuwaiti police never showed up to haul you off to
Touch wood.
prison for filming the oil fields.
Jesus.
No, and I did say, you know, it was in a distance, and you know, I just thought it would be cool. But I did end up looking online. I should have done that first, but I mean, I
Hmm.
did see another YouTube video of somebody just driving by it. So no, it's probably illegal to go in and be like, go up to the building and go, hey, you know. But
Right.
passing by, I don't know. I took it down just in case because there are crazy people like T and Dust who like
Hmm.
to call people, and I'm still waiting for her Saudi Arabian people to
The
come
hit
in.
squad. Yeah.
The hit squad.
Jeez, people are so
They're
ridiculous.
crazy. They are crazy. What are you doing?
She doesn't like that I have a problem with her bullying me and saying I smell and that I'm a pig and everything. Like,
Hmm.
lady, hello. Like,
How dare you,
oh,
right?
yeah,
Well, just know this: we hear you, we see what's going on. It's
yes.
it's a small corner of the internet. They all know what's going on, but you're it doesn't fall on deaf ears because I hear and see all, and I know, and I'm like, damn, they're doing that to me too. What the fuck? So yeah,
Hmm.
we see it.
Yeah,
We do see it, and
I
so do our
appreciate it.
audiences. By the way, our
They've been very
audiences see it
welcoming.
too.
Yeah,
Very
they've been very
welcoming.
welcoming. And
Yeah.
even if it's a small channel, so what? Like my channel's not super huge. I mean, 5 years I only have under 100K, and I
Hmm.
mean, like I like to go where I'm welcome, just like anyone else, you know, like
Hmm.
and where I'm heard and everything. So,
Hmm.
you know, so yeah, we have common ideas, and I think that's very good.
Listen, Chantal, all I can say is if you're pulling a stunt, it is one of the best I've ever seen because I am totally sold. I am totally
Really?
sold.
Oh,
I believe it 100%. And honestly, if I thought that you were bullshitting, I would not have invited you to come on the podcast because,
yeah,
I mean, okay, whatever. People accuse us of clout chasing. I wouldn't have cared if you were lying and I brought you on the podcast just to draw some eyeballs. But I invited you on, Negs and I invited you on because we looked at you and said, my God, what an amazing change. And really, it's just been in a few months because you were still beezing very, very hard earlier this year. And I
yeah,
look at you now and I'm
brilliant.
like, my God, if this is an act, it's the best I've ever seen. But I really
Yeah,
believe that something has changed, Chantal. Something is different about you. And it's not just
yeah,
the hijab and all that business. It's everything. It's your aura. It's the way that you're behaving. It's the content that you're producing. It's the content that you're taking down from your channel. And I am all in favor of any change that benefits you
I
and
appreciate that. Yeah,
keeps you away from all that awfulness that you were doing, all the stuff that you were doing in Canada. So
wasting my life and
you
just
were.
you know, I mean, every day I would wake up and I would say I want to change, and you know, I
Hmm.
just one day it just that's how it happens for me usually. I mean, these screws have been turning, like the gears have been turning for a while, and I've been wanting to.
Hmm.
I mean, I didn't enjoy my life, you know, like I
Right.
did to a degree, it was comfortable, but no, I was like living in like horrible conditions and not
Hmm.
taking care of myself in any way. And, you know, I I would say, yeah, I mean, I met, Sala, and he was very, um, I just feel like I respect myself more, and I'm just, yeah, just I don't have a need to do all these toxic things in my life anymore. I haven't even thought about weed since being here, honestly, or anything.
Hmm.
And I'm an addict, so anything I do, I abuse it. I'm not saying that there's
Uh-huh.
a problem with weed because most people can be responsible with it, but me, I wasn't,
Right.
so
Right. Well, that's what
mm,
kills me because you are such a young woman. I know you don't feel that
yeah,
way right now. When I was your age, I thought, okay, I've got a foot in the grave and a foot on the banana peel, but I didn't. And
yeah,
you are such a young woman, and it seems a waste to me when I see
yeah,
somebody who is in the prime of life,
yeah,
who doesn't have entanglements, who doesn't have all these issues, and you're still like every day is like it's like
a waste.
Groundhog Day every single
Yeah,
day, over and over and over again.
it's
We, s-
sickening.
yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's sickening, even for me, like
Hmm.
I didn't enjoy it. And finally, I never thought that I would enjoy this kind of life. But
Right.
it found me, and it did happen quickly. But I think when you're with the right person, you just know. Like I feel like the comfort level we have with each other in that
Hmm.
short time feels like at least 2 years or something. It just feels good. I can't
Hmm.
explain it other than that. I'm sure
Hmm.
you guys know. You
Yeah.
know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I mean, nobody saw this coming, you know? Nobody
yeah,
saw that coming.
even me, I was like, what?
I know, right?
Yeah, but hey, it does make sense in a way, because you guys do have you're both like intellectual people who can form a criticism that's not founded on just, name. I don't get me wrong, I do chuckle whenever you call people crazy bitches. I do,
Yeah. Well,
but
if
a
the
lot of
shoe
people
fits,
deserve
Chantal.
it. So, but yeah, for sure, people don't need to understand. They won't. There's just whatever.
I love
But
this
just stay out of
comment
my
in
life.
I love this comment in chat. This is crushingly disappointing. I'm so confused as to how we're not grown enough to not join forces because of a united hate for someone that's entirely inconsequential. I don't know what you're talking about. This is not Game of Thrones, okay? We're having a conversation. Nobody is recruiting an army. Nobody is getting mercenaries together. It's just that there are certain
Except me
people
and
who
chats.
behave right. Right. People behave badly. We call it out. So what? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And if I see somebody who's on the platform and they're really making an effort to change, why the hell should I come along and say, you're lying, you know? And this is unacceptable, Chantal. I want you to go back to Canada immediately, and I want you to get messed up on camera again, and I want you to rage, and I want you to screech, and all that.
Yeah.
By the way, did the Holy Trinity ever make it back into your chat, or are they gone forever?
They're
No.
gone forever, and that's eye-opening for me because
Hmm.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what to think about that. I never thought that they would ever just abandon me. I really don't know. I think, they
Why?
don't like.
Why did they though? What was the reason that they gave?
Well, they were being kind of like invasive with questions towards Sala, and I know,
Oh.
we were trying to be private, and I wanted the privacy respected, but I don't know. They felt, I guess, betrayed because you know, corrected them on that, and then
Hmm.
it was just drama. Like, I understand they care. I feel like they do care about me, but
Hmm.
I don't know. Um, I think maybe they just are very skeptical of
Hmm.
my husband, and maybe because of what I went through the past year, like put everyone through hell. I get that. So, I mean, if they just need time, I don't know, or they just don't feel the vibe anymore because it's not the same content.
Hmm.
There's probably just a mixture of factors like that. But they're
Well,
in Pete's chat now.
if it's any consolation, there were people that I had to boot out of my community who had been with me for years because they wouldn't leave Negz alone, and they were being very rude and very judgmental and very
Yes.
nasty. And I
Yeah.
asked them 1,000 times. I put his name in the word filter. I said it over and over and over again. If you come for Negz, if you're rude to him, it is a permanent ban. One strike, you're out. No clemency. And they wouldn't
Right.
listen, and I had to get rid of them because
Yeah.
when you love someone and you're looking out for them, I'm sorry. I don't care how long you've been with me. I don't care how much money you've given me in super chats. I don't care if you're a member or not. This is my rules are my rules, and I have them for a reason. And
Yes.
disrespecting Negs is the number one way to get banned off of my channel forever.
Of course.
So
I mean,
I get
they
it.
have to
So
respect that. They should respect your
right.
wishes at the end of the day. They don't have to like somebody, but I mean, at the end of the day, they have to respect your wishes. It's your channel. And I
Hmm.
mean, it's disrespectful at some point to keep prying and prying. And I just felt
Hmm.
like, they should know that. They've known me, and they know what I don't like. And
Hmm.
Salah's given them no reason, especially, to just be so skeptical, I guess. And just, I did say, I still haven't blocked them, but I didn't
Right.
appreciate that. I
Well,
think they
listen,
just left.
you and Negs are look. We're all three of us are content creators, but you and Negs are in a different position than I am because I have not been as willing to be um, as forthcoming or as open with my heart on my sleeve the way you two have. And so you two have drawn in a certain type of audience that expects a certain type of behavior out of you.
Mm. Yeah.
And there comes a point, I mean, even with me, even though I've come on and I've tried to keep people at arm's length, I was cautious about inviting people in and all that. People do develop a very possessive weirdness with content creators, and it can be very inappropriate, where they think that they are your family, they think they're your parent, that they're your best friend, and they're people that you know online,
Right.
and they don't
Yeah.
know you in person. I mean, there were people on my channel who were taking enormous liberties with me, and I did not even know their real names, but they
Right.
presumed to tell me how to live my life. And like I said, you and Negs are probably more susceptible to that because you are much, much, much more open. Well, Negs isn't as much as he used to be, but you're more open than I ever was. So I can't even imagine the bullshit. I mean, I've seen it with Negs, and to a certain extent, I've seen it with you. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
one downside.
Yeah. I feel like I'm responsible a little bit because like I feel like I've been so open and maybe I get this emotional response from people, but it's never my intention to like mess with people or manipulate people, like to do anything intentional. It's just if it's so much for you, then yeah, maybe not watch me. But I mean, that's how I live my life. I'm always like just constantly changing and trying to find my way, and I have a lot of problems, and I thought sharing would be like a positive thing, but sometimes it's not,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the way people are going about it is not productive. They, for some reason, they like the toxicity and they want it to perpetuate and they want to
Hmm.
be the person to trigger it. That's not appropriate. In this, when in the same breath, they're pretending to be benevolent. It's,
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, like, that's fan behavior, but that's like fanatic behavior.
Hmm.
I don't get it.
Yeah, exactly. You nailed it.
Well, babes, do you have anything else?
No, I think I've said everything that I've
Me
wanted to
too.
say. I'm glad you came up, Chantel, because
Yeah, thank you.
I feel like
Yeah,
you don't get a fair
thanks for
shake.
having me.
I don't feel like you get a fair shake, and maybe people could see this side of you
Right.
instead of the side that they have a delusion of.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I'm a real person and I have feelings and just trying to find my way like everyone. So I
Hmm.
appreciate you having me up and seeing this side of me. It's very positive and I appreciate it. Good vibes here.
Keep up the good work. You're doing,
Yep.
I
Thank
mean, I
you.
hate to quote Chris Jenner, but you really are doing amazing, sweetie. You really are. I am incredibly, incredibly impressed with what you have
Thank you
done in a
very
very short period of time, too.
much. YOLO.
Right.
All
Yeah,
right.
no for sure. All right, guys.
Thank you, Chantal.
Thank you. I'll see you guys later in chat or something.
Okay, great.
All right. Bye, Chantel.